this. I was with Kobe 6 days before he died.
Wow, really?
And I know he was your athlete hero.
Yeah.
Our daughters played volleyball together. And I was at a tournament, and I put it on my Instagram story, but both he and I are pretty private when it comes to our kids. And so at this tournament, it started at 10 a.m. Volleyball tournaments are crazy, dude. There's like 80 matches going on at once. It's noisy. It's not the funnest sport to watch, right? But it's my little girl. And Kobe's daughter, same thing. And at 10 p.m. was the last match. There's one more match in the gym. It's us. Only 3 dads stayed. Me, another guy, and Kobe. And that day, for some reason, when the game ended, just trips me out, bro. When the game ended, I watched Kobe at the other end of the court. I don't even know I did it. And I watched, he had his 7-month-old in his left arm, and he was rubbing his daughter's back, his other daughter. And it just made me think, do I hug Bella enough? He's so physically affectionate with his daughters. Do I hug her enough? Like, he really made a difference in my life on this as a dad. I literally turned and hugged my daughter, right? And then I watched Kobe walk out of the gym. Voyeuristically, weird. We've been in a gym together 100 times. For some reason that day, I watched him walk out the door. He had black sweatpants on, a black sweatshirt with Mamba on the back. With his baby in his arm, I watched him walk out of the gym that day. What if when he walked out, someone said, Kobe, you have 7 days to live. When he got in the car the next Monday morning, Kobe, you have 6 days. What about on Saturday, the day before? Kobe, 1 day left. He would have never believed it.
Yeah.
Time is precious, man. I learned a lot from Kobe. I learned a lot about how precious time is. I learned better about being a father. It altered me, bro. So I really believe there's a God in heaven that's protecting him and Gigi right now. But I also believe God's got a plan for our lives, and sometimes we get deluded into thinking we have 100 or 150 years. You don't know what you've got, and you don't know that this wouldn't just be the moment you can make it happen in your life. Maybe you'll live 80 years, but if you don't get it done this year, the next 50 years of your life aren't going to be very good. Time matters. Today matters, right? And just having someone kind of close to you pass away a week later after you see him affects you, and it's still affecting me. It's hit me really, really hard. I didn't know Kobe when he played. I only knew Kobe post his career.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest with everybody. He was a remarkable father. Like, I'm telling you, a great father. He made me a better father, but it's also making me evaluate time and what I got to get done because time is limited.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I brought my 2 daughters because you never know, You don't know.
So
bro. I planned out my day. We're gonna come to Laguna with Ed, and then we're gonna spend some time here, and then go back later in the night because I brought my laptop and all that stuff, and I could kind of work from here.
Great lesson. You're a great example, man.
Yeah. Like, because you never know, and it affected me in that way, in a positive way, because I used that as a positive way of looking at my family.
Yes.
Like, I never know if I'm going to be here for them the next day, or I have to max out today.
That's why I have max out.
Yeah.
Like, so in that example, Kobe, you have 7 days left. All of you, there's a whisper of that time. It might be a year, 5 years, 15 years, but you have limited time. You all forget, you're dying. You're in a march to not be here someday. Okay, you're in that march. Kobe had 7 days left. Maybe you have 7 years. Maybe you have 17 years. Maybe you only have 70 years, but there's a limited amount of time. You need to max out your life.
Yeah.
You need to get after it now. You need to take every moment, every second as a chance to improve, to get better, to help people, to win, and not be so damn casual. The thing I admire about Kobe is in his 41 years of life, or whatever it was, he lived a full life in that time. He maxed out those years. Right now, I'm hurting because I know what he was capable of for the next 40. I knew what his plans were. But I'm not going to get cheated on my days. I'm not going to get cheated on my minutes. I'm not going to get cheated with my kids. I'm not going to get cheated in my business. I'm after it.
Yeah, and now that we're talking about kids, I see you playing golf with your son Max all the time.
Yeah.
And how's your relationship with your son and your daughter?
I think it's good. It's the area of my life that people always ask me, what's the area of your life you're the most concerned about? And it's that. It's as a busy entrepreneur, as someone who's got lots of companies and lots of people at their life, am I giving everything I'm supposed to my children and my family? And I think I have great relationships. I consider my 2 best friends, obviously your spouse is different in your life, right? But if you could say, someone asked me the other day, who's your dream round of golf? We went around this table, and one guy's like, Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, and Michael Jordan. The next dude was like, Kobe, Tom Brady, and Barack Obama, right? And they got to me, and I'm like, my dad, my son Max, and if Bella would pick up a golf club, I'd play with Bella. So they're that, like, he's my best little friend, man. Like, I can't wait to be around him. I love our drive to the golf course. I love talking about it afterwards. And I only have one son and one daughter.
Yeah.
That's my legacy. So I think it's good. I've tried to make it a priority. They have a remarkable mom, which really helps me win in business because she's an extraordinary mother. And I get emotional even thinking about it because my son's a senior. He's going away to college next year to play golf. So I've got like 4 more months with him in the house. Sorry, I'm getting upset. I'm just going to miss him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I noticed your wife is also amazing.
Thank you.
Like you guys it seems like you guys have the perfect life. Maybe sometimes you get mad or something like that, but like you guys have like seems like you have everything. Like you have a happy wife, you have a happy son, a happy daughter. You guys have your great selection of champagne and cocktails over there. You have a nice view. You're in front of the beach.
You're making me feel good. Thank you.
You're fit. You work out. You have the health going on. Is there something that you would change in your life today?
Sure. And it's not, by the way, thank you. That does sound good.
Yeah.
I'm blessed for sure with overabundance of great things in my life. I would change, no one's ever asked me that before. I would change, I would have more time with my family. I would get even more time than I have. It's this, you can tell even as I'm answering, it's that thing I'm always evaluating. Where am I coming up short?
Yeah.
I would say that area, if I could change something when my kids were your kids' age.
Yeah.
I wish somebody said to me what you just said you were doing. Hey, take your kids with you on that business meeting. I wish someone said that. I didn't do that enough. There's lots of things when they were little, man, where Cristiano go, do you remember when Max was 4 and he did this? And I'm like, I don't remember. Because either I wasn't there or I was so obsessed with business and things I was doing that I was there but not there when they were younger, right?
Yeah.
And as I've gotten older, I've really fixed that. But so those are the things that I would change in my life, is just the time with my family. And then I'm always, brother, honestly, if I'm being totally honest with you, I don't always feel great about the difference I'm making. I feel like I could be doing more. I feel like I could be improving. I don't want to be the same me this year, but I was 5 years ago. I'll be saying the same things, thinking the same things. So I'm pretty hard on myself that way. Even when the interview's over, I'll think, I could have done this better or that better. So I would like to be happier.
Yeah.
I would like to enjoy it more. I'd like to have more appreciation and gratitude than I have, although I think I have a lot. So there's always things, man, that I want to fix. But the biggest one would be time with my family.
Yeah, and that's who I am. Like, that's why I brought my kids, because
awesome.
they bring me also good luck. Yeah. Like I like coming in here and you meeting me with Sil and with my 2 little girls, because that's who I am. Like, right. I just like to have everything. And my girls, I don't ask them, do you want to come with me? I'm like, I tell them, we're gonna go and meet my friend Ed, and she's and Italia's like, who's Ed? And I'm like, oh, this guy, he has muscles too. And she's like, oh, Ed, and I told her he has a beach house, and he's like, the beach, and she was all excited. So she's all excited coming over here, and
she got such a beautiful spirit and face too.
Yes,
man.
yes,
yeah.
and it just, like, I want to have it all. Like, I don't want to be the person that works all the time. I work all the time, but I want to include my children working.
I love that. And I will say this, I do feel like we're a good example of that. I mean, nothing's as good as it seems, right? But we're a pretty good example that you can have a great family life and a great spiritual life and a great financial life and still make a difference. I hope people get that from us. I don't want people to think we don't have problems or fights or disagreements, or I'm not evaluating, am I getting enough time with my kids? But I'm hoping that when people look at us, they go, hey, I could have it all.
Yeah.
And I feel like we do.
Yeah. So Max, I know you play golf with him once a week, or is it
once? No, sometimes more and sometimes less. But if I'm playing golf, it's probably with Max now, unless I'm playing with maybe one of my really good buddies. But he's become a much better player than me.
He's really good, right?
He's way better. He
beats you all the time.
Oh, dude, yeah. Like, that's the weirdest thing. When your kid grows up and he's better than you at something you used to whoop his ass at, it's frustrating. Like I can't beat him now. Like, I can't beat him, and I hate it because I'm a decent player, but he's a college level player, man. So like. And I lose a lot of money to that kid on the golf course too. Like, I still think I'm 30. Yeah. And I still think I can play. And then I'll play with him and I'll smoke one. Like, I'll hit a drive slam. I'm a big dude. I hit the ball a long way and I swing as hard as I can. Yeah. Stallone and I always joke about our swings are violent, which is not good in golf. And when Sly and I are built similarly too. And then Max will get up. These good players all do a nice and buttery, slow swing. It hits it 30 yards by me and I'm swinging as hard as I can. So He's certainly a really great player. I just enjoy. Cool thing about golf for your kids, tip for everybody, it gets you 4 or 5 hours alone with your kids. And other sports you can't play with your kids.
Yeah.
I can't play basketball if Max are playing. I'm certainly not going to play football with him. I can golf with my son for the next 50 years, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So before we end the kid and family topic, what advice can you give me just that I don't want to not miss out with my little girls and with my wife?
Be present. Be where your feet are. So if you're at home, be with your family, man, and give them some engagement. Make them the most important thing in the world. Nothing's worse than your child walks in a room. Oprah Winfrey and I talked about this the one time that we met, is that when your child walks in the room, you go, hi, and then you look at your phone. And that sends this message to your child that who's ever in that phone is more important than them.
Got it.
And so I'm really conscious of never doing that when they walk in a room, of listening to them. I've had to fight it. Because you know what it's like. Our phones are on all the time, right?
Yeah.
So it's where I am. It's actually really listening. I schedule dates with my daughter. My daughter and I have a date next Wednesday night. We're going on a daddy-daughter date. We schedule dates. I'm so busy I have to schedule things with my family. That sounds contrived, but I do it.
Yeah.
And so I'm really, really big on that. I schedule the golf with my son. I schedule dates with my daughter. I have to do that.
So be present.
Be present, bro.
Yeah, because I'm like, I have crazy work hours, and sometimes I just have to take care of that to take care of them. But when you're with them, just be a lot present, right?
Yeah, and people say, well, you have to have tons of time. You know what? My kids, I've never been able to have hundreds of hours with my kids.
Yeah.
But when we get our time, it's me and them. And I make sure that I'm not with someone else and I'm not thinking about other stuff.
Awesome.